Well, hi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me here. It's September 17th, another, excuse me, beautiful sunny day outside. We've just had days and days of sunshine, and it looks like, according to the forecast, many more days are coming. So, no rain, no. Okay, now. So I was a little bit surprised at the end of yesterday's session in here that I actually started receiving something from the antenna out of that signal generator. Pretty strong signal to get through the radio. Maybe had I turned the volume up a little higher earlier on, I might have heard something a little earlier on too. So what to do next? I think the next thing to do would be, because I'm trying to avoid making any real changes to the radio, because again, just like the other one I have, this one appears to be essentially in all original condition. So I just don't want to jump in and start changing parts. The other radio appears to operate satisfactorily with its original parts. This one, I don't know. I think it's not very likely. It has wax capacitors, so it's really not very likely. I think I will follow the procedure that's outlined in the manual, the first step being to determine the exact frequency of the crystal that's in here. And then from there, using that frequency, you align the IF. So let's give it a go here. The last radio, there was an alignment adjustment that I didn't do, and that was this adjustment right here, and I may skip it on this one too. Let's just take a quick look at that. Now, the radio's not switched on, nothing's happening. I just want to see if so it was stuck, but it can be turned for sure. Can't remember why I avoided it on the last one. Maybe that's not even the right adjustment yet, so that's a little ahead in the game. The first step is figure out the frequency of the crystal here, and the way to do that is to simply move a frequency across the range where the crystal is, and when you hit the crystal frequency, the output of the radio will go way up. That's kind of the idea. Now you're feeding in the crystal frequency or a close approximation to it. Say maybe starting at 450. I'm going to put this on the ground here. And then how did I attach this last time? How did I do it last time? Well, last time there was I pulled the cap off the tube, and they ended up having to attach just to the remaining wire, which is fine. So this will put a signal in at the IF frequency. Now it says hook up a meter to the output. I don't think I'm going to do that. This thing was so sharp when I came across it that I just lost my train of thought completely. Okay, let's turn attention to something else. That's turning on the radio. So I think I've got everything in shape. I have my AC monitoring meter and a meter to check the B plus voltage. Okay, just 1 second here. So again, I've got this big black radio, especially this black door, and the camera is trying to average out the amount of light that it sees, and what's happening is it's overdoing it on the dark areas here. So these look washed out, even if I can't swing the door back any further. Maybe I just pull the camera back a bit, give it a little more to look at. Still not the best, but we will continue. Okay, frequency, and I don't think I need my scope hanging here, so I'm going to get it out of the way. Okay, So we're at 350. Oh, you need to be 450. I'm 100 low. 450. Okay. I think we're set and ready to go. This should be set. Well, we'll set it when we get there. Okay, audio. Let's start up. It's going to have to run for a little while anyway. So first on comes the 6 volts. Not quite 6. 5.7 volts on the heaters. There is a statement somewhere I read that the voltage drop on the supply cable is significant enough that you should start out with some extra voltage, maybe 6.7 or something like that, in order to arrive at 6.3 or 6 in the radio. Okay, we're ready, and I'm going to turn this down a little bit just in case something funny happens. That's the audio. Now we're going to bring up the DC here. Let me just put this in here like that. I should be able to keep an eye on this meter, which you cannot see again. You can barely see it. Yeah, I can't, it's really, I can't, maybe, you know, I get a little less darkness in the picture. That's a little better. Okay, as long as I don't step in front of it now. This is going to go up to, we're on the 500 volt scale. So you want this up in the 200 range, up in this area here. Okay, and we should start hearing stuff too. I'll put the volume up a bit here. And there. Okay, here we go. B plus going up. We're on 200 volts now. Oh, there's quite a, I never noticed how much current this thing is drawing. At 200 volts it's drawing 50 milliamps. It's supposed to draw about 75, I believe. So that's okay. That's good. But audio, I hear the tone already. That's excellent. So what we're going to do is tune through the frequency here. First I got to turn on the phasing, set it to 5, and then this control here all the way one way or the other. I'm going to go this way. Kind of weird, eh? One way all the way or the other. Now, with a bit of luck, we're going to hear this as I go by the key frequency. Not hearing a thing. What's all that? Wow. So, you know, I don't think this is the crystal at all. I think that's the IF tuning. This is the crystal. Last time I did this, I believe I used the SDR to determine the exact frequency because you know, this isn't that accurate, or that precise rather. It's not that accurate either. So we'll do that. We'll bring on. Let's bring on this guy here. Pickup coil. Here it is already. Let's go. Here, just back up a little bit here. coil. And I'm going to try to pop the SDR onto the screen here. Just bear with me a moment. Let's see if I can do that. No, I'm not going to get the... Okay, there we are. That's good enough. Put it on. Now the frequency, we should be near 3, whoops. Huh. Don't go past it. Oh, I did it again. There. Somewhere around in this area here. We'll set this to exactly what we would want, 455. And I'm going to zoom way in on this. Okay, 455 sitting right here where the red line is. And we're going to see if we can pick this up. Okay, so there's something coming up on the red line. It's right on 455. It would appear to be dead on 455. So I'm going to stick this in here. Okay, and get a little bit stronger signal. There we go. Right there. Now I'm going to move the signal generator a little bit and just watch what happens to that. Little peak there. Just disappears. So the resonant point is being reflected on the SDR. It's not moving around. I'm just passing a signal in and out of it. So you don't see the signal move up and down. And to get very, very accurate here. So it would be 455.1. I think the other radio was 456.3 in the end. This is so close to 455. Look at that, eh? That's fantastic. If we just a look. Now what happens? Well, I can't really do it. I was going to say, what happens if I tune now to the exact 455? But I can't actually make that happen because this is not precise or accurate. But the idea is we leave the signal generator right where it is now, and we carry on with the rest of the alignment operation. And since I'm just doing this roughly, we just do it roughly. So I'm going to tip this way. Ooh, what's all that? What's all that? Bad ground? Something is oh, I haven't reset any of these tubes or anything. This one seems a little noisy. Oh. I don't know. Okay, we're still in business though. Okay, so all we're gonna do is just make this louder in our ears. So I need a nice screwdriver. What did I use last time? I can't remember. Didn't I have to tape one up or something like this? Any order. doing this by wow. Why? Wow, that's really kind of odd, isn't it? Such a loud noise. Okay, next one. Going like this. Don't move that. Changing the frequency by accidentally of my so I just changed something on here and it may have caused the frequency to drift off just a bit. Let's just try bringing it back here. Okay. Now we'll do the other IF here. Another one. Oh. Now, what about this guy up here? I need to look at the instructions briefly, just to be sure I'm not making a mistake here. Just say I have trimmers 11, 12, 13, 14. Numbers 10. 10, so 10, yeah, 10 is 1, but not 9. So 10 is this guy, 9 is this other thing, and I'm not sure what it's for. Okay, so we're going to try to do this one a little bit. I didn't do this on the other radio. Go back and just touch these other ones up now. Doing this by ear is not the best way, but for now that's okay. Good. Okay. So this has probably increased the radio sensitivity a huge amount. Let me turn the RF down on the audio. Hope I wasn't blowing your ears off with that tone, because no. Okay. Very good. What to do next? The next would be could give it a listening check, because I can tune the radio now. Let's do that. We'll give it a listening check. Good idea. Put the antenna on it, and gee, I should just put this on any old way. This amazing thing here, any old way. Smaller screwdriver. Wow. I'm sure there's a proper way to put this on, but I'm just gonna. Did I knurl it up too much? Is that on? Maybe that's on. I don't think so. There's an eccentricity here that I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to get it on. I just want a big knob on here to turn. There we go. That'll do. Excellent. Okay. I'm going to stop for a little bit of coffee and then we're going to try and tune some stuff, I guess. Tune in some stuff. Okay, let me turn the volume down here. What we want to do, first of all, is use the signal generator to get an idea how sensitive the radio is. So I'm going to remove this. Put that back there. We're going to hook up the signal generator to the antenna terminals here. The radio's tuned somewhere in the low end of its range, which unfortunately is around 3 megahertz. Unfortunately, because there's really nothing there to hear, but maybe my signal generator will be there. Okay, so we have RF up, audio up. You don't hear a thing. Oh, don't have the audio up over here. Okay, hear a little something now. Here we go. Put a, this would be a moderate signal on an antenna, similar to it. So we'll go up around 3 megahertz, go down. Here we go. It's a crazy sharp thing. So I'm going to turn off the phasing control here. We're going to adjust this for maximum. And we're going to carry on here. Turn it down a bit. And we'll turn the RF down a little bit. Okay, so this is a fairly strong signal. Your radio had trouble picking this up. That would be a bad radio. So we'll go down with calibration check. Okay, close. Anyway, down 10. This is 1/10. Okay, RF turned up. Audio's at 7, which is pretty high. Tune the radio. Still very, very sharp. There's a funny wonk to it. Pretty weak. So this is not impressive, I don't think, in terms of sensitivity. The other radio showed great, really good sensitivity. A radio like this should be, you know, receiving a microvolt. You should be able to be aware that there's a microvolt signal on the antenna. This currently is 10 times, where are we set here? 10 times 10, so 100 microvolts on the antenna. So let's go up to the other end of the band and see about the same thing. That's the first time this radio's been... Let's just turn down the volume here so they don't get our ears blown off. Might be some dirt in the... It's just being tuned where it hasn't been for so long. Who knows what that is? That could be the grounding. I've turned the volume down, that's why it's quiet. So we're just going to go back and forth once or twice here. Yeah, it just seems like I just have to run it through its extent. Oh, it goes right. It goes right through and down in. That's a little odd. Do you see what I'm saying? The capacitor, not over there, over here. Most capacitors, clunk right there. They stop right there. This one keeps going. I didn't notice that in the other. That's strange, because that's a strange thing. Okay, let's go back up to the top. In fact, let's listen to this time. Oh, so quiet. Really? A little louder? It's suspiciously quiet. Of course, I do have a 50 ohm antenna hooked up to it, so a bit of a short circuit on the antenna leads. When you think of the signal generator. Okay, so now we're up at the other end of the band, which I'm going to double check. That should be a little 7 or 7.2, a little above 7. So we'll run up to 7 here. I'll put this up one click, and we'll go up to 7. Whew. That's going to blow our ears off. I go down to this. So that's comparable. So this is 1/10 the signal. Oh wait a minute, I gotta check the calibration here. No, it's good. So the radio is much more sensitive, about 10 times as sensitive at the high end of the band. Now that's interesting. Now what we're going to do, we're going to switch to an antenna and hear what this thing really sounds like. So we're going to go down on the volume, down on the RF, and we're going to transfer this to an outdoor antenna. Just checking the current flow is still 50 milliamps, and the supply voltage is just over 200, the B+. Where am I going with this? Going down here. Picked up a buzz by doing that. There often is a loud buzz on the antenna line. Okay, we'll turn up the RF, turn up the audio. Here we are. Sounds like a radio. Got the volume way up though, up around 8. Wouldn't expect very much right on this band at this time of day. And the sun has been doing some funny things lately. Oh, there we go. That's a good reception. There's been some radio blackouts. I think there was one over the Pacific and one over Europe. Seems a lot more active here. Sweet spot. So we got some kind of sweet spot happening here. Sounds like a radio to me, though. Go up here. We're going to turn the BFO on and see if we can catch some carriers up higher here. Okay, so BFO on. something for it to chew on. Not much happening here. Oh. I'm not sure the oscillator is working. Let's turn up the RF gain. She's on full. Anybody. So it's a ham band up in this area. There's some international broadcasts above 7 megahertz. And wrong time of day though. But I do like tuning radio, so I mean, this is what it's kind of all about. But nobody's home. Let's go back to that sweet spot. Because it's much more sensitive. Turn this down. Where is the sweet spot? It's somewhere between 3 and 7, maybe around 4. Well, I'm going to leave this set low, and let's see if we can spot it. No. Okay. Up 10. No, you know I don't, Jimmy, dummy. That's never going to work. Okay. Take it off the antenna here. It's pretty clear what it was hearing was on the antenna. And we better turn down some things here before we get a big surprise. Okay, back down below. Back up. Okay, now you don't hear the radio noise anymore because there's no antenna. We're just going to move around and see if we can spot this guy. And again, where do I think it is? I think based on the capacitor, it's higher than the halfway, so my guess, 5 megahertz. That's my guess. 5 megahertz. I need a new guess. Zooming pretty fast. Up 10. 5.7. Very strange sounds. I don't even know how to describe them. Okay, so now we have the RF up and tune that. So we can make a sensitivity estimate here. Checking the calibration. 10 times 10, 100 again. So this is 100. Kind of the same, I guess. Could be that the antenna is what is working best at that frequency range. It's not so much the radio. So this isn't bad though. If there was a good signal to pick up, this would pick it up. This, a good short wave signal would be picked up by this guy. I don't think there's any there to pick up. And in fact, we can take... Nah, I'm not going to bother. I think this is it. This is it for today. This is it. Very good, though. Once again, this radio is from 1936, 1937, I believe. 1936. It's one of the earlier ones, I believe. Based on the serial number, it's a very early version of this radio. Based on other observations, it's not so early. So it's somewhere 36, 37, 38, I don't really know for sure. All original parts as far as I've seen so far, including wax capacitors. And basically really what all I've done is I basically plugged it in and turned it on. It's just taken me a long time to get it turned on, if you like. Amazing. It's amazing to me. Now, probably these were built with higher quality components than your average commercial radio, but 1936? Or this thing has gone through a servicing, maybe in 1940, and the capacitors were replaced, which I really doubt. I just really doubt that. I think it's all original. It's a stunner. Okay, well, thanks a lot for watching, and to think about what to do. You know what I'm going to do next? I've established the condition of this radio, which I'm going to shut off before I forget. I've established the condition of the other HRO radio too. So I think I'm going to set this guy aside, and what's going to be on my bench next, I'm going to pull the receiver out of this console here, and that's what's going to be on my bench next. We're going to check that guy out. Not from 1936, more like 1968 or something. I don't really know. Okay, well, thanks a lot for watching, and see you on the next video.